Mariners fans have been waiting 24 years to watch their team host an ALCS game. Now, that wait is down to less than 24 hours. We're going to start tonight with a live look at T-Mobile Park. A quiet environment now, sure, but come tomorrow, fans will flood the stadium. We're expecting a loud experience as fans seize the moment. Now, ahead of tomorrow's game, we're hearing from Mariners manager Dan Wilson on the team's hot start to this series. We'll also check in with starting pitcher Bryan Woo. He's back on the playoff roster after dealing with that injury to close out the season. So how's he feeling about his chances to pitch in this series? Plus, another successful road trip for the Seahawks, a breakdown of their current road win streak and how it matches up with the rest of the NFL. The Washington Sports Wrap starts right now.
Grounded to third, Suarez has it to second, one to first, two to Seattle, 2-0. Who would have thought the Mariners would come in here? You'd figure running out of steam with not much in the tank. They had plenty and have firm control of this championship series.
Well, after an ALDS series that went all 5 games, not to mention 15 innings in that final contest, the Mariners were asked to do something many thought impossible. Not only did they meet expectations, though, they shattered them. Thanks for joining us for the Washington Sports Wrap. I'm Matthew Smith. Now, the Mariners were facing a tough reality. Travel from Seattle to Toronto and try to win with pitchers on short rest and a lineup that was pushed to its limit. And many experts said if they won a single game in Toronto, it could be considered a success. And few experts actually gave them a chance to win both of those games up in Toronto. But now the Mariners are looking to win 2 out of 3 in Seattle to shut down the Jays' season and go to their first World Series ever. Now, as we look back on some of the highlights from Game 2, you don't see a team that let fatigue get the best of them. You don't see a pitching staff that looks gassed as many teams' pitching staffs seem to in October. But what you do see is a team that dominated their opponent and dealt themselves the best possible hand at the perfect time. Now they're ready to go all in. Manager Dan Wilson giving credit to the pitching staff today ahead of one of the biggest home games in franchise history.
You know, this has been, down the stretch especially, has been a big strength of ours, has been the bullpen. And I think the bullpen and actually the starters work very well together. And the way it has worked out has gone, fairly smoothly. And you get, like we've said before, you trust all of our guys. And whenever you give them the ball, they're going to do the job. And yesterday was no exception. A couple of guys giving us a couple of innings was huge, and allowing the offense to kind of break it open a little bit. And so it was a good bullpen series so far, and looking for that to continue as we go forward.
So now the question becomes, can the Mariners continue to rely on George Kirby being the best version of himself? He certainly proved that he can do it through his first 2 postseason starts this October. And fans will be looking for another big game from him tomorrow night as he gets the nod to start the M's first home game of this series. And by the way, Toronto will be looking for a little bit of revenge. You may have forgotten, but Kirby faced the Blue Jays during the 2022 AL Wildcard Series, notching his first and only career save. Now, on the other side, it'll be righty Shane Bieber taking the bump from the Jays. His last outing against the Yankees, not pretty. He allowed 3 runs on 5 hits in just over 2 2/3 innings in the Blue Jays' lone loss of that series. Kirby, on the other hand, brilliant so far, allowing just 3 runs in 10 innings so far this postseason. Now, after Kirby starts Game 3, the team plans to send La Piedra, Luis Castillo, to the mound for Game 4 on Thursday. But what if there is a Game 5 on Friday? Well, the Mariners haven't announced who would start that game, but signs are pointing to a possible Bryan Woo return. Now, after dealing with an injury that kept him off the ALDS roster, Woo was added back to the roster for the ALCS. Manager Dan Wilson said Woo is close to being ready to pitch. In fact, we heard from Woo today, who said all he's waiting for is for the team to give him that green light.
I think it's just taking your reps throughout the week as serious in this game like as you can. like you said, usually get the rehab starts to kind of fine-tune things, but you just kind of convince yourself you don't really have a choice. You got to just come out and have everything ready to go, and if it's not, then you figure it out. But trying to take the work throughout the week and bullpens and the lives and all that stuff, like I said, I've been trying to take it as game-like as possible, so that there's not as big of a gap getting back into the games. But I'm excited. Obviously, just been itching to get back on the field the last couple of weeks and doing what I can to keep the energy up and bring good vibes in the dugout. But it's obviously not the same as being on the field.
Now, if Wu can be ready in time to pitch this series, it would be a huge boost for the Mariners pitching staff that has been stretched thin at times this postseason. Wu's regular season numbers downright filthy. He cruised to a 15-7 record with a 2.94 ERA. A model of consistency as well, going 6 or more innings in his first 25 starts this season. He also struck out 190 batters while allowing just 36 walks. Now, when it comes to the lineup, the Mariners haven't been relying on just 1 or 2 players to step up. In fact, they've been getting contributions from different names on a regular basis. But there is one name that you may not always mention when it comes to the biggest of the big hits. We're talking Jorge Polanco. He's been just that this postseason. Through the team's first 7 games this postseason, Polanco leads the M's in home runs with 3 and has added 8 RBI. He has a total of 8 hits, but most of those have come with runners in scoring position and a handful even with 2 outs. That clutch factor has made his at-bats that much more important this season. And let's be honest, if it weren't for his game-winning hit in the 15th inning of that winner-go-home game against the Tigers, the M's might not even be playing right now. Of course, that hit was only the beginning. Polanco has provided the go-ahead hit in the last 3 Mariners games. Following his heroics in the ALDS, he hit that go-ahead single in the 6th inning of Game 1 of the ALCS against the Blue Jays. Then, to top that off, he hit the go-ahead 3-run job in the 5th inning of Monday's Game 2. And the Mariners are also getting pretty good 1-2 punch out of their superstars, Cal Raleigh and Julio Rodriguez. After a big game from Julio in Game 1 of the ALDS, he cooled off a bit, but he got right back on track in Game 2 of the ALCS with that 3-run home run in the first. Now, as for Cal, Game 2 was the first time this postseason he didn't register a hit, but he still walked twice and managed to score both times. And the numbers of these 2 players tell the story. Both have combined for 16 hits, including 4 home runs and 9 runs batted in. And oh, by the way, they've also walked a combined 11 times. Pitcher's a little afraid to throw those bats. They've scored 8 times, too. Remember, this is all just in 7 postseason games. Now, the hype is real, and the party could be on tomorrow night in Soto if the Mariners can find a way to win once again. The M's looking to take that commanding 3-0 lead over the Jays. First pitch from T-Mobile Park set for 5:08. And don't forget, we do have pregame coverage starting at 2 p.m. on Fox 13 Plus and on the Fox local app. Then you can watch Game 1 on the Fox One app. You can sign up for a free 7-day trial right now. And following the game, tune back in for a special edition of Fox 13 Extra Innings on Fox 13 Plus and on the Fox local app. All the action starts tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock.
Active as Darnold sets to throw and holding one down the middle. And Chris has it. Touchdown Seahawks.
A 61-yard score with quarterback Sam Darnold connecting with wideout Jackson Smith-Njigba. Really a marquee moment from the Seahawks' 20-12 win over the Jacksonville Jags on Sunday. Now, while the Seahawks have struggled to win games at home in Seattle, things have been much different out on the road. In fact, Sunday's win has pushed the team's road win streak to 9, dating back to last season. That is now the longest active streak in the entire NFL for road victories. It is kind of strange to say that, though, because the Seahawks are, of course, known for their home field advantage throughout the years, even more so in the mid-2010s when they dominated visiting opponents with their back-to-back Super Bowls. But their new identity of being road warriors comes with a newfound pride of being able to win tough games away from the friendly confines of Seattle. Head coach Mike McDonald knows that it is a league where no win is easy to scratch out, but his team not only knows how to stack those wins, but he says they're doing it the right way.
This is a tough league, man. It's a tough league, and it'll humble you in a second. And there's great teams and great players and great coaches, and you got to go through it. You got to go through the process from starting in April and the offseason program, even before then when the players show up. And you got to go nail, the summer and keep your body in great shape and get ready for camp. And you got to go nail camp days and build that callus and do all the things that it takes to all the situation. There's so much work that needs to go into it. And our guys have nailed those steps. And so it's a message to our guys that they've earned the right to be confident because they've gone through the process so well, and they've stuck together doing it. They've done it unselfishly and with a sense of urgency, and we have fun doing it. Take pride in that it's an environment where guys love coming to play football. And now it's game time where we want to go show the fruits of our labor where we go win games.
Yeah, stacking wins suddenly a must in this competitive NFC West. The 49ers, Seahawks, and Rams all currently sitting at 4-2. The Cardinals struggling with injuries to multiple key playmakers, alone at the bottom of the standings. The Seahawks will have a lot of eyes on them Monday night. A home game at Lumen against the Houston Texans. Kickoff slated at 7 o'clock. Now, if the Mariners and the Jays were somehow to go to Game 7, you end up with a lot of fans on their phones as the game would be seeing their first pitch just 2 hours before the Hawks kick it off. Still to come, Damon Williams isn't just a household name in these parts. The latest accolades the Huskies' top signal callers racking up this time. Plus, oh, Captain, my captain, Lou Barnes is ready to bid farewell to the only club she's ever known, her planned exit, and what she had to say about her upcoming match. In tonight's Hyundai Highlight Reel, we are highlighting Cooper Kupp's first touchdown as a member of the Seattle Seahawks. Now, we knew it had to come eventually, and it came at a great time with the Seahawks only up by a score. This snag by Kupp was the nails in the coffin for the Jags. Kupp, of course, grew up in Central Washington, has been terrorizing the Hawks as a member of the Rams for years before making the jump this past offseason to our squad. Head coach Mike McDonald obviously happy to see the homegrown player finally scoring for his hometown team. Now, the Washington Huskies were back in the win column on Saturday, taking down the Rutgers to move to 5-1 in the season, 2-1 in conference play. The Huskies did, however, start off to a slow start again, find themselves behind at the halftime, just like they saw themselves up against Maryland the week prior. But both games, the Dogs came out on a mission in the second half, this time scoring 3 touchdowns in the third quarter and tacking on another in the fourth to finish off the Scarlet Knights. Now, they'll be turning their focus to the Michigan Wolverines. Now, when it comes to the Huskies, Damon Williams is proving he's got that dog in him. Williams, just the 16th person in Division I history to toss for 400 yards while running another 100. In fact, his game against the Rutgers was so good, he broke the school's record for total yards on offense with 538, squeaking by another familiar name, Michael Penix. Heard of him? He set the record back in 2022. So how does Williams stack up on the season? Pretty dang good. He's connecting on passes at nearly a 75% clip. That's top 10 in the nation. He's already aired it out for almost 2,000 yards while tallying another 14 touchdowns when you combine both those through the air and the damage he's done on the ground. Now, on the other side of the state, the Cougs are wondering what could have been if they nearly knocked off the number 4 team in the country. The Cougs took to the cross-country trip to Mississippi and had a chance to take down Ole Miss in their home stadium on Saturday. They kept up with the Rebels all game and had one chance to win it all, down 3 points and holding the ball in the final minute. Hopes were high, but the Ole Miss defense made a stop and escaped with a win. Now, despite the Cougs not being able to pull off what would have been an incredible upset, head coach Jimmy Rogers says there is plenty to build off of.
This week will be a challenge just as much as last week, and we got to come out and play hard and clean up some of the things that we didn't execute as well last week to have a shot in this game. So looking forward to the challenge. Our guys are excited. I know they were excited about the way they were able to compete throughout the game, but at the same time, like what I told them again this morning is when we say good game in the and together, we understand what goes into this, but don't listen to too many good games. We lost the game, and I think that they needed to hear that, because on the outside, everybody will tell you good game, good game, good game. At the end of the day, we can't let that seep into ourselves like that was enough. We lost the game. So that was kind of the message this morning, and we got to get ready for another tough game.
Here's the deal. schedule will not get easier for the Cougs. After playing the number 4 team on the road, they now have to play 18th-ranked Virginia Cavaliers once again on the road. So can the Cougs complete the upset this time around? We'll find out Saturday at 3:30. In tonight's Spotlight, Seattle Reign FC captain Lauren Lou Barnes making it official. She will retire at the end of this season. Now, dating back to the Reign's inaugural 2013 season, Barnes has been synonymous with the squad, and she's looked like a model of consistency and excellence that entire time. She is the NWSL's all-time leader in games played, started, and minutes played. And she's not looking for rest and retirement. Barnes says she wants to stay involved with the Reign, even after she hangs up her cleats for good.
I want to be a part of this growing club as much as I possibly can. I feel like I have still so much to give, right? I gave all I could on the field. And the next chapter for me is to continue that fight and whatever it looks like. So, and I've been so fortunate that this club will allow that and wants that and sees that we're aligned on that. So.
Barnes and the Reign play their final regular season match this Friday against Utah Royals FC. You can watch that match live on Fox 13 Plus or on the Fox local app. Kickoff is slated for 7 p.m. Well, just one game left on the MLS schedule for the Sounders before the playoffs are underway there. The team was back on the pitch today at their practice facility in Renton. Now, a notable development today. Coach Schmetzer said that midfielder Ryan Kent is rehabbing from his hamstring injury suffered back in August and may end up ready to see game action in the playoffs. As for decision day, Schmetzer says they don't get on a plane and fly to another city on the other side of the country, just roll over. But he also admitted his staff is debating whether to rest up some of their stars.
There's a side of me that says, we want to keep some momentum into the playoffs. There's that side of me. There's also the side that, look, Christian's playing tonight. Obed's had a heavy load. Knew who's coming off some, African qualifiers. There's a side of me that wants to kind of be smart about stuff, but I don't want to outthink myself.
The Sounders take on New York City FC Saturday at 3 o'clock. So decision day won't change anything, win or lose, in terms of standings for the Sounders. The team is locked in at 5th place in the Western Conference. The same cannot be said for their opponent. NYCFC could land anywhere between 4th and 7th in the East. They'll take the pitch at 3 o'clock at Citi Field. And for our baseball fans, yes, that is the home of the Mets. Still to come, will Blue Jay fans flock to Seattle for games 3, 4, and potentially 5? We sent Lauren Donovan to the border to see if the regular season trend of Canadians invading Mariners territory will continue. During the MLB regular season, Mariners fans call it the Canadian invasion. Hundreds of thousands of Blue Jay fans from BC descending on our area. Now, if you've ever been to one of those ball games, you know M's fans sometimes can even feel outnumbered at T-Mobile Park, their own ballpark. But will that happen during these next playoff games at home? We sent Fox 13's Lauren Donovan to the border in Blaine to find out.
Woo! Blue Jays! You guys Blue Jay fans?
Let's see if my harebrained scheme will work.
Come talk to me. I'm super fun and nice, and I don't hate your baseball team. More elusive than the Canadian Goose. They are Blue Jays fans, and they are coming south. What are you doing this week? Tell me about it.
We're going to the Blue Jays game tomorrow night.
Stop.
We are.
Border war? Is it happening right now?
No, there's no border war.
Good.
We all get along.
Yes, except
for when it comes to baseball.
Blue Jays? Blue Jays fan?
Blue Jay, yes, why not? Just go.
Are you guys Blue Jays fans? Did you buy your tickets yet or no?
We haven't have a ticket yet, but we might have a chance to go there, to get there, and see. There might be a chance, right?
Blue Jays? Blue Jays? Are you Blue Jays? Wait, no. No? Yeah? No. They're scared to talk. They're scared to talk. No one wants to talk after being 0-2. Whoa! Are you guys going to the game?
No, I'm not, but I wish I want to go.
Yeah?
Yes.
Are you headed to Seattle?
Yes, we're heading to Seattle.
Did you guys have a bad Thanksgiving yesterday because of the loss?
I don't know. I was turning my TV off and I said, oh man, I hope they can win yesterday, but still, they're going to win the next game for sure.
A little hesitant with the smack talk. These Canadians, very polite, very likable. Oh, they're changing lanes. They want to avoid me. As a dual citizen, is it hard to decide where to be a fan?
Yes and no. I mean, you know, I've spent a lot more time since I've been in the States going to the Mariners games. I'm a serious baseball fan. We watched the game yesterday, and, you know, the fact is that the Mariners really did it. The Mariners have had really loyal fans, and they have never won the World Series. Okay, whereas the Blue Jays won it twice in a row.
Every day, Blue Jays fans cross the border into our territory. I think they can get away with it. Should Seattle prepare for the Blue Jay invasion?
Yes, we're coming to see you. We're coming to get you. Come on, let us win a couple games here. We need a World Series north of the border. Let's go.
I'm going to disagree with you on that one, Josh. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
We can't really get a gauge of just how many folks are driving across the border to get to these games, but we do know the Victoria Clipper has increased sailings in anticipation of Blue Jays fans wanting to catch some games here in Seattle. We're reporting at the border. Lauren Donovan, Fox 13 News.
Apparently that invasion will be by sea. Workers with the Victoria Clipper telling us their sailing into Seattle tomorrow is more than half full. At least 250 people have tickets, and it is a themed ride decorated for the Jays fans. They'll also hear some classic baseball music as they pull into Bell Harbor. We're told 250 passengers is unusually high for this time of year, especially considering it's a weekday. Don't forget, tomorrow, 2 o'clock, that's when our pregame coverage begins on the Fox local app. You can watch the game on FS1 or the Fox One app. Free 7-day trial. Have a good time.